Mi következünk?
Első filmjükben Victoria, Emma, Mel B, Jerry és Melcy készek az akcióra. Rázd fel a világot! Fűszerezd meg az életed a Spice Girls-el! Spice World!
It started with a signal.
Definitely Skybase. Wolf 336, you are howling. Oh! This could be it, Gordy. Doesn't make any sense.
That turned into a mystery.
Unless they're talking.
Then grew into an adventure, which became the realization
Oh my God.
that life as we know it was destined for extinction. Charlie Sheen stars in The Arrival.
Well, then that's who you call, right, you?
A science fiction suspense thriller. Written and directed by David Twohy.
And then there's the Spark City here, bum, 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 bum.
Rather than go to the far-off planet for an adventure, I like stuff that is set in, and not necessarily in the future, but set in the here and now, and is playing by our rules.
Sheen plays Zane Zeminski, a radio astronomer who makes radio contact with alien life. When he takes this information to his boss, played by Ron Silver,
Look, I don't have to tell you. You know the rule. If you can't confirm it,
Then it doesn't exist.
he is fired from his job.
it's a troubled young man.
Why are you telling them lies about me? I want my tape back. I want it back.
But when I started to read it, it was a real page-turner.
Zane ingeniously devises a way to listen for another radio message.
Some Mexican radio station on the same frequency tells us where the bounce came from.
Eventually, Zane traces the signal to Mexico, where he meets Ilana Green,
Just who are you?
played by Lindsay Krause, a committed geoscientist who has made her own deadly discovery. Zane's quest leads him back to his independent girlfriend, Shar,
Zane. Why do we always have to analyze everything? Can't you just trust that I love you?
played by Terry Polo, whose motives he begins to question.
He trusts no one.
What are you doing?
Which I think creates a level of suspense and intrigue. Something's going on here, Shar.
Zane, I thought you had a new job.
What is it that they're trying to hide?
Maybe we could talk about this later.
I need to talk about this now. Ultimately, I would hope would lead the audience to root for this guy even harder. If they're not here now, they will be soon.
Who, Zane? The police?
It's them.
Who's them?
I think she really wants to trust him.
Forget it.
She wants to believe him, but it just seems so way out there. And after experiencing some of his way out there conversations that they've had,
Zane, when you start talking about aliens, master plans, and then this woman being killed in Mexico.
Did I mention that it was a woman?
she's a bit skeptical. Of course, any sane person would.
Now, come on, these are not national secrets. This is a routine analysis of the atmosphere. So why should I have to...
She stumbles on the fact that the world is dying in a major way. And the symptom of it is that there is such global warming on the polar cap.
700% increase over the last 5 years? How can that be?
And that it signals a major emergency for the planet.
Okay, what have we got here? Huge concentrations of trace gas here in central Mexico, Yucatan, Ecuador, Brazil.
Central Mexico. When she meets Charlie Sheen's character and she finds someone who's interested in the same kinds of things she's interested in, she gravitates to him immediately.
The Arctic is incredibly sensitive to environmental change. That's why we go there, because things happen first in the Arctic. It's like a window on the future.
The story starts out sort of like an ordinary story of a man who works for a big government agency and who's trying to do his best, and he gets fired. It sends him off on a quest. Ultimately takes him into a very, very strange place.
Stands her beat, looks at you, and he springs, and he's gone.
As the writer of The Fugitive and Waterworld, director David Twohy is familiar with the production challenges he set for himself and his creative team. At Churubusco Studios in Mexico, and on real locations, they created the world in which Zane's battle to uncover the truth would take place. and the unearthly environment and creatures he would discover on his journey.
It is a very collaborative experience, and it just grows right before your eyes, and it just snowballs. And before you know it, you're sketching, you're blueprinting, you're building foam core models, and then you're selecting materials, and then you're building on 5 stages in Churubusco.
Very complicated, it's very layered. We're building sets here that match into miniatures in the States. Into those miniatures go computer graphic creatures who interact with our actors on set.
We're going to show aliens. Let's do it right and not do it as a guy in a rubber suit. Let's see them head to toe, and let's see them as truly alien creatures.
When you don't really know what you're seeing, I think that there's a freedom of imagination. What you have to get from the director, from David at that point, is a certain gauge, a certain level of reaction.
I think this needs a little move.
I was just always keeping in mind that these creatures were not friendly at all.
The writing is good, the directing is going to be good. They're going to devote the resources to make it look good. It's all going to be on the screen.
Why did they leave?
They didn't.
How do you know?
Because we aren't dead yet.
There's life out there.
I mean, just mathematically thinking about it.
A universe so vast.
I hope that they'll come visit me.
You could be an alien. I could be an alien.
So think about that. Think about that.
Like I said, see,
You didn't know the half of it.